All right, shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my elders and my apostles of Great Millstone, which are the men that rule well, the men that taught us this truth. All right, the men that labored before us. All right, peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. And Lord willing, the title will be "Just Keep Working." All right, mostly, this is for the brothers. That's in this truth, man, and put in that work. And those of you that are just coming in, the best advice to you, just keep working, meaning keep your head in the scriptures. I know Apostle Kapar, I've heard him talk about how the best, the best way for you to stay in this thing and to stay in it long term, all right, is to keep your head in the scriptures. And that's what we're going to do, man. All right, because the whole point of this is to gain that knowledge, then through the experience get wisdom, and then after that you get the understanding of things. Okay, once you go through that experience. All right, so we got to just keep working, and that's to myself as well. I ain't some elder or nothing like that. I've only been in this for a few years, man, but I can say from my experience so far, man, keeping your head in the scriptures is the best thing for you to do. Okay, so I'm gonna start off in the book of Sirach 51 and 26. It says, put your neck under the yoke and let your soul receive instruction. She is hard at hand to find, which is talking about wisdom. This is actually I believe it's the last chapter of Sirach, where he was basically saying that, he got this wisdom and it's the greatest thing ever. It's the greatest possession that anyone could ever obtain, right? And I'm going to get more scriptures on that. So it says, she is hard at hand to find. Behold, Salakia, with your eyes, how that I have but little labor, and have gotten unto me much rest, right? Because that's what wisdom does. It gives you rest. It says, get learning with a great sum of money, and get much gold by her. Let your soul rejoice in his mercy, and be not ashamed of his praise. Work your work betimes, and in his time he will give you your reward. Now, what's a part of that reward besides the kingdom of heaven? Is the wisdom, all right? Because that's how it begins. It begins with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right? That's pretty much the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, the Israelite man having that within them, right? So, work your work betimes. Real quick, let's get what betimes means. Betimes mean at an early period, seasonably, before it's too late, right? So go to work before it's too late to work, okay? That's why if you're teeter-tottering in this thing, man, pick a side, man. It ain't time for no teeter-tottering. You can't be double-minded. This is not the time to be double-minded, man. We're almost at the actual end, man. All right, you got different mandates that's going to take place soon, man. You might have another outbreak, quote unquote, and things like that, things of that nature, man. You might not have another opportunity to get this, right? So work your work betimes, and in his time he will give you your reward. So get to work before it's too late. Start to labor now. The sooner the better, for real. Real quick, Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 6 and 19. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, talking about wisdom, and wait for her good fruits, right? Because what? Like we read up here, it said in verse 27, Sirach 51:27 says, how that I have but little labor, and have gotten unto me much rest, right? So it says in Sirach 6 and 19, it says, and wait for her good fruits, for thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon, right? Because even with the little bit of wisdom that you get when you first come into this thing, man, it's worth a lot, and it actually does help you out a lot, man. All right, believe it or not, you're gonna immediately be able to start using this wisdom or this knowledge, all right, which then becomes wisdom in your experience. All right, you get the wisdom out of it when you go through that experience, and you get the understanding as well, right? Because what this is quick, man. All right, the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, right? Because when it hits you, and when you got it, man, you put it to good use already. Whether you're teaching or you use it, in your daily life, right? So let's get what some of those fruits are, right? Because it said thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. Let's get some of the attributes that wisdom gives you, and then I'm going to close out. I didn't want to make this lesson long anyway, because There's no point in making an hour-long lesson on something that could be, done quickly. All right. Now, expounding on this would be more better. But I'm at the plantation right now. I just wanted to get this video in real quick, right? So, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, because it said what? Thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon, right? Because when you come into this thing and you gain certain attributes as soon as you come in and start learning, all right, you already start to learn how to use this wisdom, all right? You start to learn how to use this knowledge properly. At first, you don't know how to use it properly, but you begin that process of learning how to use it, right? Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 5, and it says, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, which what? What did it say up here? It said, your reward. The Most High will give you a reward in due time, right? In His time, Salakia. So this wisdom, all right, this possession of riches, this rich possession of wisdom, all right, is a part of your reward. It says, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? Right. That's one of those things you're gonna eat off of. That's part of those fruits. The wisdom worketh all things. How? Let's see. And if prudence work, who of all that are is a more cunning workman than she? Talking about wisdom. And if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues. That's one attribute. For she teacheth temperance and prudence. Right. Temperance, self-control. Prudence is foresight, being able to see ahead. That's very profitable, especially in this time. Right? Because you got the prophecies. That's one way that we're prudent. That's what makes us prudent. All right, being able to see ahead because we know what's up ahead. We know the prophecies that's going to come to pass, right? Temperance and self-control, that's something you learned through your own trial and tribulation, all right? Justice, which is righteousness, and fortitude. Fortitude is goes into mental strength when you look up that word fortitude, right? So it says, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. Basically, there's nothing more profitable than those attributes. Because you got to think about it, right? Let's say you're given $1 million, right? For example, quick example, right? Let's say someone gave you $1 million. If you're someone that doesn't have prudence, that is not intelligent, all right, and you just end up wasting your money, to what profit was that $1 million for real? It was really nothing to you, if you don't use it properly, right? It's the same thing when you don't have these attributes, all right? What good are you without prudence? What good are you without justice and fortitude? What good are you without self-control? Right? It's like a broken foot. What good is a broken foot? So these things, having these attributes, there's nothing more profitable than having that in your life, right? Because if you don't have these attributes, you can't be wealthy. All right, you can't move right. You don't know how to work, how to do things in the spirit if you don't have these attributes. That's why it comes with the wisdom. That's why we're supposed to work towards that, because we need these things to succeed in this life. And when I say to succeed in this life, I'm talking about spiritually, of course, physically to an extent, because we do have to still, live in this society. All right. And we use these attributes in our daily life as well to help us, get ahead and get by, so to speak, and survive, right? But more importantly, man, in the time of trouble to come, you're gonna need these. You're gonna use these attributes, all right? Verse 8: if a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come, right? Basically, knowing what's to come, all right? What's up ahead? The prophecies that's gonna come to pass. All right, and knowing how to protect yourself in that time, right, and through the Spirit. It says, she knoweth the subtleties of speeches and can expound dark sentences, right, because you can break down the scriptures. Those are the dark sentences, right? She foreseeth signs and wonders and the events of seasons and times, right? Because when you get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, brothers bring it out all the time. Brothers bring out articles, and then they can link it to prophecies, right? That's a talent. That comes when you have wisdom, all right? Therefore, I purpose take her to me to live with me, knowing that she would be a counselor of good things. As part of the fruits, that this wisdom is a counselor of good things and a comfort in cares and griefs, right? And grief, because that's what wisdom is, man. It's a comfort in cares and grief, because that rest is coming. That's just one example of how it could be a comfort in your care and grief, right? That's why I read Sirach 51, man, because really what inspired it was Sirach 51 and 30. Work your work be times, and in his due time, and in his time, excuse me, I don't know why I keep saying that. And in his time, he will give you your reward, right? The Heavenly Father is going to give us this reward, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. All right? Then what? Kingdom of heaven, obviously. But it begins with this knowledge. All right. I'll never forget when Apostle Racha was teaching, and he asked brothers, what's the kingdom of heaven? This knowledge. That's why the Heavenly Father, that's why Yahweh Shai said the kingdom of heaven is within you. You see? So work your work B times, man. Work your work now. All right. And in his time, he will give you your reward. All right. Because in due season, you'll reap these attributes of wisdom. Because that's what we really want. That's what we need. All right. It ain't just, hey, I'm studying the book of Daniel today. All right. For no reason. No, we're doing this because we want the attributes of wisdom. We want to please the Heavenly Father. All right. You want to get these attributes of wisdom within you and work on yourself, because what? Once you have those things, now you're well equipped for the battle, okay? Which is a spiritual battle, all right? Because what you're gonna have comfort in cares and grief. You're gonna have mental fortitude. You're gonna have justice, equity, and things. That's another attribute of wisdom, having equity, which is balance, okay? So, just keep working, man. Kol haloyim, Yahweh Bashim, Yahshua Bashim, Rechak, Udash, the bonus, the elders and apostles, a great millstone, which are the men that rule well, the men that taught us the truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations as always be to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.